Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Everyday English podcast. I'm Peter, and today we're exploring a game-changing topic that will boost your English fluency. Think smart, speak fluent.
Hey there, I'm Sophia, and I'm excited to dive in with you. Have you ever felt like your mind races ahead with ideas, but your mouth can't catch up in English? Or perhaps you know the vocabulary, yet hesitate as you form each sentence? You're not alone, and today we'll show you how to bridge that gap.
Exactly. I'm sure many of you have experienced moments where your thoughts move faster than your ability to express them in English.
Fluent speech isn't just about memorizing words or grammar rules, it's about the way you organize your ideas before they leave your mind. When your thought process is clear, your spoken English follows suit.
In this episode, we'll discuss techniques to organize your thinking, what we call thinking smart, so that your speech flows confidently and naturally.
We'll also share practical strategies you can start using immediately, whether you're just beginning or aiming to elevate your existing skills. And please, as you listen, drop your questions or impressions in the comments below. We'd love to address them in future episodes.
Perfect. Let's dive right in. First, we'll examine how organizing your thoughts in English directly impacts your ability to speak fluently.
Let's get started.
To begin, let's consider the link between thinking and speaking in English. Sophia, have you noticed that when someone's mind is clear, their words just flow?
Absolutely. It's like having a tidy desk versus a cluttered one. When everything is in its place, you can work efficiently. Similarly, when your ideas are neatly arranged in English, you'll speak more smoothly.
On the flip side, if your brain is crowded with translations, extra grammar checks, or second-guessing, your speech becomes choppy, like cars stuck in traffic.
Exactly. A lot of learners fall into the trap of thinking in their native language first and then translating into English. That extra step can slow you down and sometimes even produce awkward-sounding phrases.
Our goal should be to train our minds to process thoughts directly in English. Once you do that, you won't be hunting for grammar rules or translating every phrase. You'll simply express yourself.
Right, and that shift offers three big advantages. It saves you time by eliminating the translation step. It keeps the conversation flowing instead of stalling at every sentence. And it builds confidence because you're connecting ideas in English straight away.
It also strengthens the mental connections between words and concepts. When you think in English, your brain naturally weaves vocabulary and structure together, making it easier to choose the right expressions.
Keep in mind, though, that thinking in English doesn't require perfection. You can start by labeling objects around you or narrating simple actions in your head, like, I'm holding my phone, or the sky looks blue. As you practice, your brain will adapt.
So, to recap this segment, fluency grows from clear, organized thoughts. By training yourself to think directly in English, your speech will become more natural.
Up next, we'll share specific hands-on tips for thinking smart in English. Practical steps to get started today.
Welcome back. Now that we've seen why clear thinking matters, let's explore some actionable ways to think smart in English. Sophia, where should learners begin?
A great first step is to keep your thoughts simple. Instead of trying to form lengthy, complex sentences in your mind, start with small, manageable ideas. For example, if you see a cup of tea, think, this is tea. It's warm. I like it.
That's a wonderful point. Simple thoughts are easier to translate directly into English. Over time, you can gradually build longer sentences, but at first, avoid overwhelming your mind.
Another key strategy is to connect words to images or emotions. Don't memorize sad as just a word on a page. Picture a moment when you felt sad. That mental link makes the vocabulary more vivid and easier to recall.
Narrating your daily routines out loud in English can also reinforce this habit. For instance, while making breakfast, say to yourself, "I'm slicing bread. I spread butter. I pour juice." It might feel strange, but it trains your brain to think in English. A helpful exercise is asking yourself questions in English. For example, "What are my plans for today?" Or, "What did I discover at work?" Responding in complete English sentences trains your brain to answer directly without resorting to translation.
Another tip is to focus on one theme each day. Decide, today I will think about describing places. Whenever you talk in English, internally or externally, frame your thoughts around that topic. Perhaps you look at your office and form sentences like, "This building is tall. The windows are big. I like its color."
To sum up, start with simple thoughts, link new words to images or feelings, narrate your day in English, practice mindful listening and repeating, ask yourself questions in English, and choose a daily theme to focus your thinking. These techniques will set a solid foundation for thinking directly in English.
Up next, we'll turn those thinking smart strategies into steps for speaking fluently.
Welcome back. We've covered how to refine your thinking. Now let's explore approaches for speaking fluently. Sophia, what's one misconception learners often have about fluency?
Many people assume fluency means speaking quickly, but that's not quite right. Fluency is actually about speaking clearly and comfortably, even if your pace isn't rapid. What matters most is smoothness, not sheer speed.
Right. Rushing through sentences can cause you to trip over words. True fluency arises from well-placed, natural pauses that let you gather your thoughts. Those brief breaths make your speech easier to follow.
Another major hurdle is translating in your head. We touched on this earlier, but it's worth emphasizing. Each moment spent converting a thought from your native language to English creates a break in your flow. Instead, tap into the English thinking we practiced.
If you don't know a specific word, don't freeze. Use simpler terms or describe the idea in another way. For example, if you forget exercise bike, you could say, "The machine I use to pedal indoors." That approach keeps the conversation moving.
Simplicity also applies to sentence structure. Begin with short, straightforward statements. "I'm tired today. I will rest after work." Once that feels comfortable, gradually weave in more descriptive phrases. "I feel exhausted because I worked late, but I plan to relax this evening."
Consistent daily practice is crucial. Even just 2 or 3 minutes of speaking, whether you talk to yourself, read aloud, or discuss a topic with a friend, helps maintain that fluency muscle.
And let's not forget shadowing. Pick an audio clip of a native speaker, play a sentence, and immediately repeat it, copying their intonation and rhythm. Over time, your mouth and brain synchronize, fostering a more natural, fluid delivery.
Also, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Embrace them. Each slip-up is a chance to learn. If you pronounce schedule as schedule, keep going. You can refine it later.
Recording yourself is another excellent practice. When you listen back, you'll notice areas for improvement. Maybe you're speaking too fast, too slow, or mispronouncing certain words. Then you can adjust tomorrow.
Finally, celebrate every little victory. If you managed a 5-minute conversation in English without stopping, that's a win. Noticing your progress keeps you motivated.
To recap, focus on clarity rather than speed, avoid translating, use simpler ways to express unknown words, start with short sentences, practice every day, shadow native speakers, embrace your mistakes, record yourself, and celebrate small successes. Now, let's bring both thinking and speaking strategies through a hands-on challenge. Sophia, ready to guide us through it?
Absolutely. Listeners, here's your interactive activity. Choose a simple topic, your morning routine, favorite meal, or a recent outing. Set a timer for 1 minute and speak about that topic in English without pausing. If you draw a blank, use a filler like or repeat your last sentence until a new thought comes. For example, if your topic is favorite food, you might start, "My favorite food is pasta. I love spaghetti with tomato sauce. It reminds me of Italian restaurants. I usually cook it at home because it's easy," and so on for a full minute.
If you get stuck on a word, don't stall. Describe it. For instance, I enjoy that dish with long noodles and red sauce. Keep going. The aim is to maintain flow, not to be perfect.
Feel free to record yourself during this minute. Afterward, listen back and jot down parts where you hesitated or mispronounced something. Then try again tomorrow. You'll see your progress.
Listeners, once you complete this challenge, share your experience in the comments or even post a short clip of your 1-minute speech. We'd love to cheer you on.
Before we wrap up, let's share some final motivation and takeaways. Sophia, what's the core message learners should carry with them?
Remember, fluency is a journey, not a destination. Every single time you speak, even if you stumble, you're improving. Don't wait until you feel ready. Confidence comes from speaking, not from perfection.
Embrace each mistake as proof that you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. If you never make errors, you're probably avoiding speaking altogether, and that won't help you grow.
Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. If you manage to speak in English for 1 more minute or use 1 new phrase today, that's progress. Keep celebrating those small steps.
Finally, surround yourself with English as much as possible. Podcasts, TV shows, or even thinking quietly in English before you fall asleep. Each bit of exposure helps your mind think more naturally in English.
And know that we're here to support you. If you have questions or topic suggestions, drop them in the comments. We'll do our best to cover your needs in upcoming episodes.
That's it for today's episode. Think smart, speak fluent. If you found these strategies helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Everyday English and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.
Share this podcast with friends or fellow learners. Let's build a community that encourages each other's growth.
Thank you for spending time with us. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, you're closer to fluency than you think. We'll see you next time. Happy learning!